welcome guys to the 27th show of Fridays with xhu98. I cannot get that right. Um, yeah, but that's how I go by. um, yeah, so the show has started once again, and thank you guys all for coming. So this is another Friday afternoon, and I hope you guys are having a good time. And I am recording this again for the third time, and I will upload this to YouTube. Yep. Yes, I am reviewing your game, Noah the Fuzzy. So it's actually requested. So I have 2 requested games today to share, and that's one of them. Well, Silent Bunny, I just go by the actual letters, just one by one. But yeah, it's fine. Like, I don't really care. But since you know who I am, um, shouldn't be a problem. um, yeah, because like those are actually like my initials. So um, no, that's not like my first name or last name. It's actually like my like name combined, because my last name is Hu, and I like my initial is X, so that's how it combined. Um, so that's actually like a shorthand notation, or yeah, I guess you could say that. That's a shorthand notation for my name, and 98 is there because I was born in 98, of course. Um, yep. So once again, glad to see everyone coming. Man, I'm really tired. uh, it's been a pretty crazy week. Managing the league and doing some homework at the same time. And yeah. So, anyways, we should get started. And before we actually review the 2 games today, let me just make a couple of announcements. So, as you guys know, the Nova League, or TNL, is now open for registration for February. So, for those of you wanting to join, and this is a very fun opportunity, and hope you guys have been enjoying all the games so far, and the second month is only going to become better. Yep. So if you guys are interested in that, let me just type the link. So that's the link to our league website. Currently we do have a few things going on. So if you want to register, you'll be required to sign up for challenge, which is a free tool for generating brackets. So very good for tournaments, and the other administrators agree with me on this. Because it just looks really cool, to be honest. And if we do that, if we like migrate all the score reporting and scheduling to that website, then the entire process will be a lot more efficient. Oh, and hi, I'm Lopez. Good to see you once again. And as you guys probably know, M. Lopez was the person who actually inspired me to do my first Fridays show. And as you guys can tell from the title, let me just close that real quick. As you guys can see from the title on the banner, this is my, it's been 6 months since I started doing this Q&A program, and I'm just glad to see that it has become one of the most popular programs on OGS, really. And some of you have been here supporting for a very long time. So yeah, I don't really know what to say, but I just want to thank all of you for I just want to thank all of you for your support, your warm welcomes and thanks, and flowers. No, I'm just joking. No one has actually sent me any flowers, but yeah, that's fine. So, and if you guys want to check out my forum thread, here's the link. So like every time when I do the show, I just ask for a couple people to like the thread. That's the only thing I'm asking for, since obviously I don't teach for any money. So what I'm doing is like completely free and open to everyone, I guess. And that's kind of like the goal of our league, which is, free and open, good stuff for everyone out there to enjoy. So yeah, and oh, look at that! That's a beautiful flower, and thank you so much. I don't even know like how you type it. I don't like what is that. I don't know actually. It looks like Arabic, like the stem of the flower. It looks like Arabic a little bit, but I don't really know. So, anyways, I've got a flower now, and that's pretty awesome. Thank you for that. And another thing I want to talk about is, for those of you who have seen the poll for February's time settings, please do participate in that, because it's very important to receive your input. Currently we have about 90, I would say like 90 or 87, 88 responses, but we really do want to hear from everyone out there. So chances are I will release like the results, and as well as the decisions for next month's time settings, once we get 120 responses. So if you know someone in the league who hasn't completed the survey or the poll, please do notify him or her to get it done, because we do want to determine this time setting hopefully before the sign up deadline of January the 30th. So it would be greatly appreciated if we get more feedback. And yeah, so this is it, and let's get started. I voted for myself. Yeah, you're funny, Taro. Oh, and if you have any advice for me or any suggestions, please don't hesitate, because I really do want to improve. This has been a long way since the first non-audio Q&A in late July last year. Yeah, we've come a long way, but I still have a long way to go. So lots of work to do, and and all right. So we have two games today. So the first game is requested by Little Try. Um, I should pronounce it more clearly, like Little Try. Um, so he's been requesting me to do a review of his game with Noah the Fuzzy, um, and is glad to see both players here today. So if you guys want to offer some um, ideas or insights during the game, please feel free, because I do want this to be a conversation. And guys, if you're the other guys, if you're like just watching, don't just feel free to ask any questions, because my job is to answer the questions you guys might have. So I see xhu98 out there. Yeah, he's lurking around. If you guys don't know, he is one of the best Twitch streamers. I don't use Twitch that often because I don't like the lag, but yeah, so xhu98 Meepsy, he's doing a great job on that. And so he's also one of our moderators, so if you want to check his work out, you can find his channel. And this is one thing we do every time we start a show. I do want to thank everyone out there who's in the admin team for the Nova League. Without you guys, this really can't happen. This really can't be such a success. So I do want to thank my administrators. I want to thank Mikasa for her hard work. As always, you guys probably know that she might be dropping out of the league for a short while because she has other things to do at the moment. So, but if you get to if you get to say hello to her, just don't forget to appreciate the work she has done, and as well as other admins. We have Calendar, we have Fairgo, we have M. Lopez, who's here today, and they've all done great in this league. So yeah, Tara said, I'm surprised at how nervous I get before a Nova League game. Yeah, I do feel nervous as well before a league game, because there's just so much pressure on me, and I feel like I need to do well, and people are watching. They don't like seeing me mess up in a game with a blunder or anything like that. Yeah, so the first game is between Little Try and Noah the Fuzzy. I don't know why my voice sounds a little bit low today, but yeah, I'm just really tired. So, okay, here's the opening, and as we can see, black takes a star point and a Komoku, and white takes double Komoku, and it should be a very interesting game. And oh man, the numbers bug. Yeah, it's not going away still. I wonder if this is an easily solvable issue. It might not be, since it's been around for so long, but just don't worry about it for now. It's not a big deal, and our devs should be able to fix it. Alright, I will see you at Anime Boy, and good luck with your game. And I do hope that you concentrate well and just play your best stuff, So yep, I'll see you later. So oh, actually I don't know, Tara, if that's uh, a bug on your mobile phone, or is that, well, no, for Noah the Fuzzy, the thing is, the under the settings you can only change the move number display when you're in analyze mode, not in a review. So I've had move numbers disabled in under settings. Now I'm still seeing the move number, since this is a review, not a analysis. So yeah, and feel free to suggest anything as I. This has anyone seen this game before? Yeah, obviously you have seen the game, because you're the one playing it, um, and yeah. So if this is the first time you're seeing the game, don't feel nervous to add any comments or share any variations, and Noah the Fuzzy has left for some reason, but yeah, we still have a little try here, who's able to uh, commentate this game with me. So Taro said that 3-stone white formation is powerful. I've been noticing this in a lot of good games. So yeah, this is essentially a Joseki. Um, Up to this point, it's pretty normal, and I mean, I wouldn't split at move 5 myself, but this is fairly doable. So if white plays here, then the Joseki will look like what's in the game, and this is not bad for black, since um, he has taken the left side. I would suggest actually playing at d10, just because your 3/4 down, or move 3 is already on the C line, or the third line. So when you play this in real game, then you have 3 stones in the same line, which is not the best combination of control over the third line and the fourth line. So the extension at d10 is what you really want to do. And I actually don't know if this is good for black. I don't think this is bad. This is called the Avalanche. So some of you might have seen this variation, and it can get really complicated if you follow the original Avalanche Joseki, but there's a variation of that which avoids the complications, and if it goes like this, then black is pretty good, I would say, because his bottom side is pretty comfortable. So that's very doable as well. So yeah, and well, this is not bad for black, but uh, as you can see, the black stone at k4, um, which is currently a weaker stone compared to other stones of black. So if white launches an attack on that stone, there could be a problem. Maybe not now, I mean the black stone is not going to die immediately. And oh hey, Kung Fu Panda, and good to see you. Yeah, we've just started actually, and maybe someone could tell him to switch on the speaker icon to hear me actually. And yeah, this is with audio, and this will be uploaded to YouTube. So yep. And even though I'm not in my top form today, I've not had time to prepare for all the commentary, but we'll see how I do, because I mean it's pretty hard, but I've been doing this for what, like 27 weeks, so I should be fine. All right, so there's that. Okay, so white 14 stretches at R11, which I think is a little bit aggressive, but because white has such a wide gap, as you can see, there's space for 6 stones, so it's very likely that black is going to invade this side sooner or later. And what you really want to be doing is instead is this extension at R10, which I think is better, because it's, as I said, is an appropriate length of the gap, so it's just right, but it's not too dangerous for white to defend. It's not, well, because currently it's not likely that black will invade right away. But anyways, this might just be a personal preference. What we're seeing in move 15 and move 16, however, is black has played move 15, which is Sente, and that's not a bad move actually to try, because you're forcing white to respond to your move by jumping out at 16, and think about it, as you've earned a Sente exchange, so your opponent is following your rhythm. And even though white does seem to have a huge structure on the bottom right corner, there is plenty of room for black to invade. For example, the peep at Q10 will be a future threat, since there is plenty of agi there if black can actually dig in and try to settle a group in white's moyo, we could say. And at the same time, white has this 2-space low enclosure at the lower right corner, so that's going to be pretty loose as well. It's not as tight as the 1-space low pincer, so that would have white P3 instead of O3. And Worthmall asked, is it now K16 for black? That's actually a pretty good move, since it just incorporates all the black forces on the top side, and that's going to look really good for black. Since black has gained this Sente exchange, and now he has got more than half of the top right corner, you can just choose to expand, and that will not be bad for him. So yeah, that's actually a really good suggestion. Yeah, I should probably give you a cookie for that. So I think if it goes like this, then what White would do is do cap from above, because he has to make something out of this attack in order to compete with Black. Otherwise, this will be really comfortable for Black. And Terror asks, the reason the 7-3 needed response was what is that invites the 9-3 pincer, and you're talking about, like, for example, this one. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I was mentioning before. If White chose not to defend at P11, then there's plenty of agi in his structure, because Black can just pincer at 17, and now White needs to handle this weak group, which consists of only one stone, but is very crucial, because like after this move, Black has not only destroyed White's Moyo, but also kind of send a message to White that, like, you have one weak stone on the right side, so you better take care of that. So yeah, so there's that. So in the game, Black played this, White played this, and Black tried to reduce White, maybe tried to cut, but in the end it didn't work as planned, because White has this refutation at White 24, and for example, if Black extends, then White is just going to extend, since Black's Atari at Q4 is not available, as you can see. So there's the problem. So in the end, Black had to give up this stone, which, well, it didn't go so well for Black, even though he has gained some influence or outside influence for his weak stone at 5, and that has helped him somehow. But at the same time, he's pretty much solidified White's lower right corner, which is worth at least like 20 points of cash. So yeah, this is not too good for Black. On the bright side, he's got the Sente, so he got another Sente exchange. Black 27 was very good, since White actually responded to the move at 28. So in that sense, Black has reduced White's Moyo in Sente, and he can now go back to 29. I think this might have been better, like here. Or this one, which is like the standard Chinese opening, and the one before I displayed at J16, that's the high Chinese opening. So both points are pretty big, and so if it goes like that, then this will be a very promising game for black. So does anyone have any questions so far? White 28 at Q8 instead of Q9. Yeah, that will work as well. But I mean, what White was probably wondering was if black could attach here later, since if you choose to like fix your weakness at Q8 right now, then this could be a thing. So I don't know if that is one of black's or white's concerns when he chooses to move at Q9. But however, if you play this move here, then this is just going to be pretty defendable for white, since black can't do anything now. So does that make sense? Alright, cool. And that is very awesome indeed. It's kind of a shame how like I'm not in my best form today for the show, but it's supposed to be a big moment because this is the 6-month anniversary. Yeah, I'm supposed to be like energetic and really speaking a lot, like rather than like how I feel today, but yeah. Yep, so I should recover very soon. I feel like I'm just like chronically tired. I don't know why. It's not only me. Since most people at school basically are basically cold and sleep deprived all the time. So that's a pretty usual phenomenon. So yeah, but I do want to reserve some energy for this show every Friday. And thanks for the nice comments out there, and I really appreciate that. And so okay, so let's see. Let's see what's going on in the game. The cool panda. The thing is, I don't drink coffee. That's why. Like, it's not like I don't consume caffeine, but it's just that I do it in a different way. But yeah, I do drink tea occasionally, but I don't even have the time to make the tea. So for move 30, white actually approached black's corner, and this was taking advantage of black's low alignment on the third line. And so what I think black really should do is to think of pincering somewhere, since white is basically surrounded by black from both sides. So what you really should be doing is to make good use of the situation. And well, the only thing was this variation or this pincer is what if What if like your opponent does this? Then you're just gonna have to fight, pretty much. So yeah, there's that. But you shouldn't be fearful of this occasions because, as like I said, you have stones on both sides, and when you are strong and your opponent is weaker, you shouldn't really be worrying about the cut. But yeah, this might get pretty intense at times. I do want to reserve some time for the second game, which we're about to review as well. And so we'll probably speed through this a little bit more. So basically, white took the corner, and this is very good for him because, well, black could have played here, I think. Just first impressions. Yeah, I am more of a radical player, so I like to make more groups and make things complicated, and then I can start a pretty good battle. And for those of you who have played me, you probably know that. This is a game between Little Try and Noah the Fuzzy. So Little Try is a 7Q at a time, and Noah the Fuzzy is 1Q. And Wolfmouth asks, this variation, how do you judge it again? Oh, because I said black has stones on both sides, therefore he should not be worried about the situation at all. Simply because he has. Let me just mark the stones. Yeah, and you know what? Oh, darn it. I'm so tired, I can't even find the keys. There we go. Yeah. This is something I do like in every show. I just like put emoticons on stones. It's a feature that I enjoy very much. Where's 21st? Okay, sorry. What was your question, Alex Pan? Oh, like okay. Move 21 is captured for now, so that's why it's not on the board. So yeah, these stones are already dissected and done, but so in the end, white gets a pretty comfortable corner, and black gets to pincer white, and white gets Sente again. So this is not a bad situation for white at all, and he now has the power of Sente. So what I would suggest now is maybe like play somewhere here and try to disturb black's top side. So there are many things to consider. And oh, good to see you, Dragflong. I wonder if you have a game tonight, but I'm really not sure. I do think you have a game tonight. So yeah, if you have a game right now, just you can just like focus on your game. And all right. Oh, and by the way, for guys here who just like joined the conversation, um, I'm running a league called the Nova League right now, and so if you guys want to join that, then you can check out the website uh, on our OGS group, or if you hear that in the news, then that's nice too. So Little Try said move 41. Yeah, 39 is. I mean, 39 is not bad. I mean, I would probably have thought the same way if I were black. I would just be like, okay, I don't want to I don't want to let this happen. I don't want to let white have this uh, extensive topside. So I'm going to pincer there. And one thing I'm wondering was if like black would actually stand down at age 18 instead of uh, like, you know what I'm saying. What I was wondering was this move here, but it's like you win some, you lose some. Um, you get the open skirt on the second line, but then again, white is going to take advantage of the outside, the third line and the fourth line. So there's that. Well, I don't know if Tanuki is a good idea because you play 39, so it's but yeah, you can still Tanuki if you wish, but I just don't feel like. I just don't feel like that would be a too good option for black. So G10, like here. Well, okay. Here's the thing. Like I do want to suggest you guys to not deliberately build territory because when you try to do that on purpose, like I don't know if this has happened to any of you guys in real games, but when you try to deliberately build some territory, then your opponent's always gonna find a way in. And on the other hand, if you just choose to like always take the Sante and keep the pressure on your opponent, then you might end up getting more territory. You might actually like build mobiles out of nowhere. So, and that's the art of claiming territory. It's not like just the enclosing game is not like just enclosing, but actually enclosing with strategy. So there's that. Nevertheless, 41 is not bad, but I want to say it. Oh, sorry for that. Leaves a bit weakness on the top side for white to exploit, and if it goes like this, then black is going to take some time and rearrange the broken pieces of his upper right corner. So that could be very difficult. Meanwhile, black has this 2-space low enclosure on the top right side. So as like I said earlier, it's looser than the 1-space lower the 1-space lower extension or enclosure, I should say. Yeah, sorry, I'm just really tired. But yeah. So does that answer your question? And Workball actually mentioned like this move here. Yeah, that's very doable as well. And I don't think that's bad at all. So just if I just draw something here, you see how like half of the mode is already building, and so what you really want to do is, if that's the way you're looking for, then it could well happen like this. So you have to be not afraid when white invades your Moyo. Let's say 44. Then what do? Right? So you have to defend yourself properly. So this is more of in a game on influence, pretty much. So let's see what happened in the game. And so as you can see, white 42 is not a too good move because it's too hasty, and I don't like invasion moves like 42 because they are somehow a little bit aimless. I want to say, because you're really just dipping into black's realm and not achieving too much, to be honest, because like even if black's and nukis and ignores white's move, what can white achieve? Right? So does anyone have any questions so far? Like I try to make this as clear as possible. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. And Coroneko, thank you so much for coming today. It's very nice of you, but yeah, I'm just really tired today. I might actually even end up not like being able to finish the review of the second game. So if that happens to be the case today, I'm really sorry, because I change my mind like all the time when I do this show. It's kind of like an impromptu thing, but I'm thinking like with my energy level today, I'm just not going to be able to finish the second game. So yeah, but I do want to go over this game in detail because our friend Little Try has asked so nicely. So I'm going to focus as well as I can. Oh, and hi D-Drop, and welcome to the show. And I'm glad you're enjoying your. Hopefully you're enjoying your Friday, since it's weekend again. It's always the most pleasant time. And oh, hello there, Mina Skunky, and it's good to see you guys here. And once again, I'm always trying to like get people to the league whenever I can, since I'm organizing this thing, and I really want more people to join the fun. So yeah, let me know if you're interested in this monthly commitment. So white tries to reduce black's Moyo and 48 dishes. Actually, I like to say a bit crazy, because the best refutation for black is to not panic, but rather play the cap from above at 49. So that is what I think the best move is, because if white just like falls and tries to jump out, then this is very difficult for him, because you have a stone at 29, and it's almost like he's half dead already, since his groups are separated, and Sky from above really just limits his ability to maneuver in a local situation. So if this is takeout for you, don't forget that when your opponent tries to invade your Moyo, then you can have a look around and decide that this cap from above might be the best approach, since it just takes control of the entire outside and forces white to live. Or sometimes you can kill the group, but this is a very excellent strategy indeed. Entire said white 42 would have invited an immediate 7-9 response for me. 7-9. So is that here? Well, actually, I have to say that's a pretty good move, Tyrell, and it's good to see you're coming up with ideas like this. And yeah, this is a very good move. It puts white on pressure, but so yeah, what you want to be doing when you are playing this move is you want to still protect most of the Moyo. Like, you don't want to lose yourself in the battle, because even though this could be fun, like just chasing the white groups and forcing them to live with two eyes, but it might end up ruining your entire territory. So if it goes like this, then we'll take the risk of live or die. So if he does make life here, then black's mo is greatly reduced, since, as you can see, white knight 48 is a very good reducing move. So let's see what black played here. So of course black tried to partition white's group, and I think black should have played this at 57, because that way the cut still works. But when you play this in real, it just turns out that you can't connect this on 53 anymore. And since white has had his capture of 54, and that he now doesn't have I at f7, which means he can just make an I right there if black wants to cut him off. So yeah, I hope you agree with that. So white has reduced black's Moyo. So this was a would be good game for black, but as we can see from this point, if black manages to defend his top right texture somehow like this, then this is still pretty awesome. So, yep. As the drawing suggests, you might turn it upside down though. So, as you can see, black played the move at 65, which is not an ideal move since, like I said, this Kosumi at 65 would be much better, because now that white has this invasion at 3-3, he can just take away a corner pretty much. Now the problem is black has to defend himself because he has weaknesses. So that can be very annoying in the future, because what if white clamps, and if white refuses to compromise, then this is going to be a pretty huge deal. So up to this point, white has kind of regained the lead, but white 78 was too aggressive. Since he really wanted to just destroy black's Moyo here, but in the end, the only thing he got was or would be more attack from black. So for example, you can go hard on him. Notice that compare this to the previous situation I mentioned. When you cut your opponent's groups apart, then that will always mean greater trouble for them. So just remember an important thing, which is to always try to solidify your groups and try to separate your opponent's groups. And that would be very well. First of all, that would be very painful for him, because it's a long way to live. And even for example, even if he resorts to the agi here, this might be causing some problem, but not really as much, because what the only thing they're doing is these stones are doing is trying to make life. And once he I don't even know what I'm talking about. But even if white's group is alive, that means black is going to have a really good time cutting white's group in half now, and that could be very dangerous. So I'm talking about this one right here, and if it goes like this, then there's nothing for black to complain about technically, right? So in the end, this is not bad. It's still not bad, because black has cut off the two white stones, 78 and 80, due to white's overplay. So this is still pretty manageable for black, even though white might be having a very slight lead. So Okay, here's one question for you. So, does anyone have any thoughts on how to refute this move? This actually seems a bit tricky at first sight. Oh, sure. I'm talking about this move here. Like when I was like browsing the game, like this move just like stood out to me. It was pretty impressive, and I think there might be a way to refute it actually. So I'm thinking about like b6, then this could happen, and yeah, the problem is this, like even if you actually manage to like cut off the two white stones, then this part is just really bad for black. So maybe b6 doesn't work, right? So, but if you try b7, then this is going to be a thing. The reason was white had some influence on the right side, so it's going to cooperate with this move at 98, since as you can see, in this case, A and B are why is it B and C? I don't understand. But these 2 points are mi, which means white can get either of them, and it'll mean great trouble for black. And Taro said, I think I have to bite the bullet and play c8. Well, yeah, it seems like the case now, because even if this is actually quite beneficial for white, he's in Gote. He's not in Sente. So what black can do is like try to be more proactive elsewhere and try to bring it back. So for example, I'm eyeing this move at 105, which will probably bring me a lot of complications, and if I can get to kill like this white corner, then that would be great, right? So there's that. Or if black is just looking for some basic reduction, then this is still pretty good. So what do you guys think? Because in the game, what black did was he got himself into a really bad shape. Like when white at target 104, you should probably just play this at 105, since this doesn't work for white first of all, and if white captures, then this is black still enjoys this pretty good shape overall. It's not that bad, but in the game, like when I imagine like this must be pretty painful. Like when you actually connect, and then white connects, then he just steals half of the side. You have and now you're in pretty bad shape, right? Because you have to connect there. And he gets the end game move at 108, which is also tremendous. So I would say like at this point, black is already a little bit behind. So, like think about it this way. Like the way I like I roughly estimate which side is in the lead is I usually just imagine like all the territories of one side as blocks, and I try to fit them in like half the size of a board and see if that actually happens. Because if you have enough territory to fit approximately into half of the entire board, then that is going to look pretty good for you. Does that make sense? Alright, and so I might have to go in 15 minutes. I know this is I know I'm like cutting the show a little bit short today, but I just feel like actually like taking a nap and relaxing for a little bit. But I hope you guys understand that. I really want to produce some good stuff every time when I commentate on the game or something. So I would suggest like this move at 115 is better than the one in the real game. The reason I say that is now that you have played at G12, you have created the chance of, let's say your opponent Tanukis, right? Then this is random Tanuki move. Then this squeeze at 119 is very powerful, right? Since you have created two weaknesses for white, and now it's impossible for him to connect both at the same time. Oh, and I see Fairgo out there, and hey, what's up? And yeah, I couldn't actually review like the game between me and Fairgo because I figure I just might be too tired to do it. Yeah, and it's a lot of stress. But yeah. So in the end, Black didn't manage to get Sente here, so that allowed White to take the initiative, which is what you don't want to happen. Like you don't want to make it happen because you always want to be in the driving seat, and you're the one who's supposed to steer your opponent around, not the other way. So, like up to this point, I would say Black is already in a sort of disadvantage, since now that you played this, White can like play a lot of the free Sente moves, and you have to follow. So like notice the difference, right? Like after about 10 moves or so, he has already snatched so many of the like send to end game moves. And I know this can be pretty annoying at times, but it's reasonable because White does want to clinch the game by um, you know, minding the little details, the little end game moves, and trying to reduce the deficit caused by losing the two white stones, 78 and 80, and it's kind of annoying that you have to follow, but here, I actually think what could happen is because this thought just came to me. So what if you play here? Oh, and you're very welcome, D-Drop. And this video will be uploaded to YouTube. And thank you for coming. And it's great to see you. So what I'm talking about is like this thought just came to me like just now. So what if like white just follows, and then black. What if like black just tries to kill white? This is one of the thoughts I have. I'm not sure if this will actually work, but like the first thing that came to me was white definitely can't make two eyes out here, so the real focus is like whether white can actually connect, and I think it's going to be very tricky. Those stones are already dead. Yeah. Well, it's just this flash thought that came to me. So, like I wasn't even thinking about it like 5 minutes ago. Because what I usually do is I just make comments on the spot, and like a jazz player plays on the spot, improvises. But yeah, I'd actually be interested to like investigate this variation, because I do think white can be killed. Well, if that is the case, then all is redeemed, because black can just pretty much like kill the entire white group, and it's game over. So yeah. Okay. So do you guys have any questions so far? Before we go into the end game a little bit. And Taro said, I still die in the corner frequently. Yeah, it's like you don't do it, especially like in end game, because that could be very frustrating. Like your corner just died, and you thought you're going to like actually have a chance to like win the game, and then I don't know, your then your corner dies, and that always sucks. Yeah. So um, let's look at the end game. In dying, however, I experienced pain and learned to avoid a situation for in the future. Yeah, that's pretty much how you learn, right? Like you want to there's a saying, you want to lose your first 50 games as soon as possible, and then you can like learn from the mistakes, and because that's the way everyone learns. Like even the very top pros. Like before like actually learn how to kill, you must be killed like many times to like learn from the mistakes, and Go is a pretty long term sport. Like you have to accumulate a lot of experience. So, excuse me. Let me just get a drink of water. All right. So, here it is. Okay, I have a question for you. So Black has connected. So, do you think White could Tanuki here? Because this corner looks a little bit suspicious if White Tanukis. And so so this is one interesting puzzle I'm gonna propose here. So you can post like variations if you wish. Okay. So yeah. Let me just say like, suppose White Tanuki, then how do you kill this group? Or is it actually killed White at all? Okay, I've seen some responses from people that maybe Black should play here. Uh, hmm. Yeah, and that is very good. That is a very powerful move. And Pablo ABC said maybe Black should play here. That will work too, because as you can see, if White plays at 138, then Black 139, and these two moves, or these 2 points, I have no idea why like the A is not showing, but B and C, there must be Miai, which means Black can take either and kill White unconditionally. So this will work too, because these 2 points, they are Miai. Yeah, so there is that. Hold on 1 second. So Little Try suggested, what if white played at S18? So you're thinking about this one, right? Well, that is certainly a ko, but notice that black can actually play this. Right. So what will happen is this might seem like a seki, but if you look closer, this is actually what we call a bent 4 in the corner, which means white is dead, since like he doesn't, like, black can just wait until all white's co-threats are exhausted, then is like naturally dead. So it's like a special case, and this might look like a seki, but it really isn't. So yeah, that's very interesting actually. So like, as you can see, there's a lot to think about. Like even for such a small corner, like this corner. So like let's say, like, what if I throw in here? What do you do? Okay, so Pablo ABC has proposed, yep, and that proposed this variation, and that is exactly what I meant to say, because or Paul said here, well, that's a suicidal move, just for you. Just to let you guys know, but yeah, that will not work too well for black, unfortunately. So my question is, what if black plays here? Then what will the outcome be? So if white captures here, then black plays here, then this will be a ko in the corner pretty much, and that's the only way black can work around, because if he just he does that, then white can just Atari, and notice that black cannot connect, so that would just be life for white. And if black tries to make a bent 4, is not available either, because like white has an extra liberty which allows him to actually do that. So if it happens like this, then it is going to be at least a ko for white. And yeah, just don't follow Wormhole's variation. So that's this corner. And here's one last thing I want to talk about in this game, since I am getting really tired, and so this crosscut by black is actually very interesting, because it just creates so much, and I feel like that is this is a great combination, I have to say, and white has to give this away. I felt like the best the best response from white is just the descent at 138, because this won't be a problem for white, so he can connect anyways, and this won't bother him either. So I feel like that would be the better approach for white instead of like this xhu98, since it's prompting black to cut, and like even if this happens, it's still pretty bad for white, I think, because he's given black a chance to reduce his territory, and if black connects, then this just creates a lot of agi in the corner. So black shouldn't be upset about this by any means. But what happened in the game was black had this ko, and he tries to find a ko thread. However, the thread he used at 147 is not good enough, because think about it, like what happens after white cancels the ko, right? What if white just takes the ko and then black jumps in? It's not as huge a deal as white taking the ko and then pushing at e5 and actually like capturing the 4 black stones worth 10 points of territory. So how does that sound? Okay, so well, the thing is this: when you play the peep at 149, white just plays this, you might think this works, but in fact, white can just win the capturing race, so it won't be too much trouble for white. But at the same time, like now, your 4 stones are vulnerable to the push at e5, so this is not looking too great for black. And the other guys, do you have any questions? I know it's getting a little bit late for some of you. I mean, for like Europe, it's already past midnight or something. So we're going to wrap this up. So in the game, black didn't make the best out of the ko. So like up to this point, it's pretty much likely that white is going to win, and eventually he won by 29.5 points. So yeah, that was quite a margin. So I feel like there's a lot for black and white to think about, because both sides have gained and lost some chances to earn sente and really stun the opponent, and this was a very good display from black, especially. So I have to say well done with your try, and I have to say good job for Noah the Fuzzy to actually make a comeback and extend his lead. So yeah, this was actually a pretty delightful game. Yeah, and I I have to call this a day because I just really need a nap. But I will upload this video to YouTube uh, and update it on my forum, my Fridays with xhu98 website repository. I have a repository. Is this website here? So it's an archive of all the shows, and we we do upload videos to YouTube as well, so you can check that out as well. The only thing I feel like doing is actually just take relax a little bit since and maybe commentating on some league games later, since tomorrow, Saturday the 24th, is going to be a great day for the league. And like I said, registration for February's league is now open, so Worth Mall, if you want to join that, then you're very welcome to do so. You're cordially invited. And Arca, and you're very welcome. And okay, I had to confess because English is not my first language, so that's why like sometimes my brain just freezes. Like I just lose my tongue, if you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, and yeah, that's fine. Like I mean, this is the monthly commitment, so like you do want to make sure that you have time for like the 4 to 6 league games per month. So yeah, but it's don't worry if you say no. That's okay. Like people say like maybe I would do it, but that means no, they're not gonna do it. Yeah, so it's okay. Like you can still watch all the league games, and there's always a lot of hype when you start a game, and like you get like 20 plus people watching, and there's always this great feeling of being the being the center of like focus from everyone pretty much, since our league games are always the featured games of the day. I always see a lot of people watching. And Kuroneko, if you want to come to our league one day, and I'll be happy to do that as well. Or if you don't want to play competitively, you can stop by and make some comments. I would personally appreciate that as well. So yeah, and or if you another opportunity for you is to just like apply as a teacher. So like even you don't have to play competitively, but we do appreciate if you're willing to commentate some of the league games we have and do some reviews, and that would be great too. All right, so this will be uploaded to YouTube, and thank you guys all for coming and check out all the updates. I am going to chill out and take a nap and then enjoy my Friday night. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for all the likes and all the support. I really feel great. I really feel I really feel special. I've been doing this for 6 months, and I've never been fed up of a single minute of it. So that's it. I always love doing this show like every Friday. So if you guys want to check it out, next Friday's show should be back to normal time. Probably 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. UTC, or if you're on the East Coast, that will be 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Yeah, so without further ado, and have a good Friday evening or afternoon, night. For some of you, it's already Saturday. And thanks so much for coming to my show. And yeah, and for those of you playing tonight, enjoy the league.